Hey YouTube, this past weekend was the Toronto Regional Championships. As you see up there, I was on the official Pokemon Go YouTube channel twice for my battles. So what we're going to do in this video is a few things, but the main thing is go over these battles, the thought process during the battles, the plays and everything. I'm going to comment on them, my thought process around the team building and playing. And then we're also going to, so we're going to go over that. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the tournament itself and a couple audio issues with some of the things I filmed, so I'm gonna go over stuff there, and then I'm gonna go over stuff about the streaming itself, and then I'll go over the battles. So this tournament was eventually won by JJan. So spoiler alert, as you see him on screen, facing against me, he clean swept. He went 5-0 first day, 3-0 second day. So amazing there. But this competition was stacked. So like you're even seeing like JJan, Magmar Man, 610 Hero, Rise, like EJC, like tons of top creators. So I came, I saw third in Group A because I lost. So I started 4-0, lost to JJan and then 16 here. We're going to go over those matchups on screen. But like, again, look at who did make it. Wadaj, Final Boss AJ, Mr. Tamagotcha, Lyles Jeffs, Mario Master, Mish, Korn, Qnu, who's one of my factions teammates, who's one of the best, Cindy, and then you go down to like Group B here, and then you have like Arrow, Junebug, Dragon Silk, Churn. I'm just doing the names I know, like Hoff. Like I'm just going over the names I know. Nighttime Clasher has made, hello Nighttime Clasher, but he's made like regional cut top like 4 times. Onion Frank, Shadow Brady, David Dang, like. This field was stacked. It was wide. Like talk about coming overseas. Zwilus, who won regional, just got bounced early. Ryan Swag, Poke Daxi. I know he was upset about it. I probably missed Inadequance getting bounced early too. Where did Inadequance get bounced? Maybe it's in the next one. Inadequance got bounced early too. So like it was a extremely loaded group. Magic Mason, right there, Magic Mason, who's one of the top battlers as well. So the fact that I actually won 4 and made it to tied for 9th overall, like just one short of the, like, so there's 8 that make the second day, so just making it one short is actually like beyond my wildest dreams. So I played very well. When you go to the actual bracket, so again, I feel like the top half of my bracket, like the whole time was tough, right? But the top half of my bracket with like Mish, JJan, 16 Hair, Korn, Lyle Jeffs, like it was just like a very W dash. He got bounced by Blob, who then got bounced by Seviper, and then I beat. So I was down here. I started 2-0. I went over that. So I went over every single match except for youngster Brian, who is also a subscriber. So I went over the first, the third matchup against Final Boss AJ, and the 4th matchup against Viper on my video yesterday in the vlog style. Youngster Brian, I lost the first one. I wish I could remember the problem is you can't actually pull up teams in here. I remember losing the first one close, winning the second one close, and then essentially having like a hard counter. Not hard counter, like it was like an evenish game until we both kind of just like fought toward last Pokemon, and I made an adjustment and I had either Gligar or A-Slash on their Venusaur. I want to say something like that. So that's how I won that game. So it was just it was just talking about like adjustments there. As you can see, like 1, 2, 3, and then I beat Viper Snape 2-1. Let's see if I make it bigger, if it's gonna go all the way over. I can't see, the problem is I can't actually see if I make it all the way big. Anyways, I beat Viper Snape 2-1, and then I went against JJan. So we're going to talk about the stream. So if you've never been on stream before, anyways, so how it works, actually, let me just show you like how they pick people for streams here. Basically what they do is they first start in like round 2. So I think the first matchup was Lawson Cody and Final Boss AJ was on stream. So basically what they do is they pick 1 from round 2 Group A, and then they go to 1 from round 2 Group B. I forget who is, but you have like, again, you have tons of people to choose from. Like there's Arrow, there's Dunebug, there's Inadequance. Oh yeah, I think it was actually Inadequance. I think Gordon the Flash, because Inadequance lost there. So that, and then they go to one group C. Anyways, so that's how you get on stream. It just they kind of pick and choose who they want to get on based on how, I think basically how big they are, how often they compete at these regional, stuff like that. In terms of on screen, so basically what they do is you sit in the chair and wait. They bring you backstage. The first thing they do is, so I think I lost because I wasn't wearing my McMaster jacket, because if you saw in every video, every clip yesterday, I was wearing my McMaster jacket, which is where I went to undergrad. And that's when I went 4-0. And you go backstage and they say, you can't wear anything with a logo on it. I'm like, it's a university logo. It's like, does not matter. I'm like, well, I have an Eddie Bauer shirt on with a logo. Do I have to change that? They're like, yes. So basically they have like 50 Play Pokemon shirts in the back for you to choose from. And that's why you're seeing so many people on screen with these Play Pokemon shirts. So basically you're backstage. You log into each of these events have iPhones. So you log into the phone. They go over, quick check your team. Just make sure you're bringing the eligible Pokemon. And then they're like, okay, what are your pronouns? And give us one fun fact about you. And I'm like, I have a YouTube channel. Like, no promotion. I'm just like, okay, I'm a Poke Dad, like whatever. So they mentioned that on stream. So then you walk up to the stage. You're in these like chairs. They're decently comfy. And you have like 2 bright lights in your face, plus like cameras on either side. But it's basically the same as like playing out there. You're just like on screen, on like a stage, and your battles get streamed to the people there and to the Pokemon YouTube channel. So I won 4 straight. I was in the winners final. If I won this, I would have made it to day 2 and guaranteed top 6. And why I'm not that I'm mad, because I played way out of my mind and I was never going to be JJan anyways, but if you make it to day 2, just winning straight, the least you're allowed to get is, I think, 6th place. And if I won the losers final, the least I could have got is 8th place. And 8th place gets $750, and I think 6th place gets like $1,000. So I could have had a nice payday there, but I did not, because I lost both matchups. And let's get into it. So team-wise, so this is my best team matchup here. It was because they do not have, I mentioned in my, and I actually completely played this wrong in my first team. You're going to see like, what are you doing? And I'm going to tell you, I'm an idiot. That's what happened. If you look at my video I put out on Saturday about teams, I said my team, so it's right here, Charjabug, Carbink, Lickitung, Gligar, Medi, Ace Slash. I said this team, if they do not have a ground Pokemon, like a pure ground Pokemon in Swampert, Steelix, Galarian Stunfisk, I've got a very, very good shot, because Carbink, Charjabug can go relatively unchecked. So they do have Gligar, but even Gligar is taking... So Gligar is like a great answer for Charjabug, because Charjabug can't throw anything, but it's only neutral-ish against Carbink, because Carbink will do neutral rock throws, neutral rock slides, and take a resisted from the wing attacks, but they do land super effective digs. So looking at their team, I think I overthought it a bit, because I was looking at their team. I'm like, okay, Carbink should have a ton of play, right? Decent against Gligar, will kill Ace, will kill Frostlass, absolutely walls Umbreon, but depending if it's a Water Gun Lantern, I'm in trouble there. Superior is going to dominate it, and then Medi, even though you win with Medi in that matchup, it's kind of tricky, because you're just doing resisted rock throws, and they can hit for neutral with counter, and he's running Dynamic Punch, which is even better for him. So I was like, Carbink maybe is not as strong, and then I'm like, you know what is strong is Charjabug. Outside of the Gligar, Charjabug is very strong, because you're going to dominate Superior, you're going to dominate Medicham, you're going to dominate Umbreon, and if it's a Spark Lantern, which it was, you're going to do great there. So I was like, Charjabug has to come, because it's super strong. And when Charjabug comes, I'm going to be weak to Gligar. So essentially, I need 2 answers to Gligar. So I think I brought my own Gligar as a mirror. And I think this is where you're going to see my mistake here. So we're looking at the teams. What I should be thinking, maybe I brought Lickitung. We'll see what I bring in first game. Let's see if I can fast forward a little bit here. Yeah, I brought A slash because that makes sense. Okay. I'm just going to go on quick speed just to get it to the battle, and then I will pause it and slow it down. So it's very, like, they have to do this whole stream. So, like, they tell you, like, okay, they go, like, you're sitting there 2 to 3 minutes while they're, like, the commentators are talking and going over the matchup. And then they tell you, it's like, okay, you now have 30 seconds to log into the, like, 30 seconds, and then you guys got to go. They just want to give the commentators time to, like, talk about the matchup and what to look for, stuff like that. And so now you're just kind of going over the sheets. The team sheets have to be on the other side, so it's not as, so you're given team sheets. That's why we keep looking to the other side. You're giving your opponent's team sheets, so you have their 6. No moves yet. This is the last regional without the moveset. Moving forward, you will have the movesets as well. So it is kind of cheating because, like, JJan, although I'm running just, like, basic movesets, so it wasn't a huge issue for JJan, but, like, JJan was running Dynamic Punch on Medi, and he was on stream earlier. So, like, I would have had an advantage over him because I know his moveset, he doesn't know mine. And that's why they're moving forward. They are going to give you team sheets with moves. But this was team sheets without moves. So he knows my Pokemon. He doesn't know the movesets. Same thing with me and him. I don't know his. So we're locking in. I'm like thinking about it, ready to go, knowing that I'm, like, behind here because JJan's so strong. And it looks like we're going to go here. As soon as it, like, brings up the team, I'm going to, okay. Well, looks like the stream is a little far behind there. Okay, so I have a Charger Bug on his Medi. So already, like I said, Charger Bug should, so I brought Charge Bug, Gligar, A Sandslash, right? Because the thought process, well, like I said, was if I'm bringing Charger Bug has play against every single thing on his team except for Frostlass is, like, neutral, and his Gligar is going to just wall everything. So I need, realistically, my thought process is I need an answer for his Gligar. So I can't bring my Medi. I could bring my Carbink, which is okay-ish. And Lickitung has an okay matchup, but I thought, like, A Sandslash was my hardest answer to it, and then I could, like, mirror that. So that was my thought process in the battle. So Charge Bug against Medi is a great lead for me. He only has resisted counters. He doesn't even have a Psychic, right? He only has Dynamic Punch, so he can only do Ice Punches. So he eventually gets out into Lantern. It is a Spark Lantern. And that's when I realized, okay, Spark Lantern, I have a decision to make here. A Sandslash is kind of glassy, and I'm worried about the Gligar in the back. And then it is a Spark, so I have an okay matchup with my own Gligar, but it's not amazing. So I decide to, because he's running Spark Lantern, I decide to just take the resisted Sparks of my Charge Bug. I'm doing neutral with Volt Switches because he's have water. He's doing resisted with Spark because I have a Charge Bug. So I'm just like, I'm just going to stay in this matchup and just, like, chip with Volt Switch and chip with X Scissor, because this is actually a very, very comfortable matchup here. But then I just, like, overthought it, and I'm like, you know what? So I'm going to take a move because I know I can. But I'm like, okay, I know he has a Medi in the front. I know he has a Medi in the front. I'm scared about that. I should now bring in my A Slash so I can deal with, so I don't have, my A Slash does not have to see the Medi. So that is what I did. I'm like, you know what? Even if he gets a move off here, that's fine. I can live this, and then I can keep my Charge Bug alive here. So he gets to a Surf. This will chip. It won't take me out. And I'm going to be able to take him out before he takes me out. It's very low. What I should have done is probably thrown a Ice Punch here because it is very low. And I was like, that's why you kind of see me muttering. I'm like, Ice Punch probably would have taken out, because in my thought process, I'm like, you know what, Ice Punch probably is the right move, but let's just take this out just because I don't know. I don't want to lose switched here. Medi comes back in. It's going to delete me, so I'm going to get an Ice Punch off just to chip here. Unfortunately, as you see, he's got Frostlass left and I've got a Gligar left. So what happens is I come in. I have a decision to make. And I know, knowing that he's got some energy, I was worried that if I came in with Gligar, he was going to have an Ice Punch, and I would be like, although I'd have a good matchup overall, him having a little bit of energy advantage would cause me problems. So I came in with my Charge Bug, and that's what you're seeing me decide here. I'm really debating, like, what do I bring in here? So I decided to bring the Charge Bug back in, knowing that I'm low, but knowing that he's not going to be able to Psychic me. He's only Ice Punch. Anyways, as you see where this is going, it's going to be his Frostlass doing double super effective on my Gligar, and you're going to see my reaction immediately after here, knowing that I'm in trouble here. And by in trouble, I mean like drawing dead, because once you get a double super effective Frostlass with 2 shields on my thing, I'm in trouble. So, although in the moment, we can just let this play out because there's nothing I can do here. So in the moment, my thought process was worried about the Gligar. So I had the Ace Slash for the Gligar, and I had my own Gligar for it. I'm double weak to Frostlass, right? Charge Bug. No, I'm not double weak to Frostlass. Sorry, I'm not. It's just tough alignment because Ace Slash would dominate Ace Slash would dominate Frostlass, and Charge Bug would do neutral against it. So I would have been okay there. I just did not think about the Frostlass, and now I'm double weak to it, so this game is over. So lose the first game. Again, I'm just pissed because like there's nothing I could really do. I had a good lead and I had a good switch. It's just that I just got absolutely hard punished in the back line. And so there's nothing I do. I got a couple moves off here, but I can't even do anything about it. I won't get to another move. I'm not going to take out, so he knows. He's just like, that was an easy one. He's happy about it. So now I need to make an adjustment. Knowing that it's Spark Lantern and Frostlass is in there, I forget what I brought second game. We'll see on stage. But I've got to imagine that I'm going to adjust into the Carbink. Knowing that Carbink is only going to have to worry about Superior. And they don't have a super hard punish for... So I'm wondering if I bring... Looking back right now, if I'm smart, they're just going to replay this. So I'm just going to fast forward a bit. No, I'm not. I'm just going to go on fast speed. I'm wondering if I bring both the Charge Bug and the Carbink, because generally they should be both relatively free. So I wouldn't be surprised if I bring both here, but I think I also bring like Lickitung, because I think I remember Lickitung on their Medi, but let's just see. I forget exact. Once a team comes up, I'll because I can tell you probably my thought process just looking at the team when it comes up. So we're looking at our teams. You only have they say go at your own pace, but you only have like I think they say like a 2-minute timer to lock in. And then you have to lock in it because you're on stream, right? So you can't just sit here for like 4 minutes. Okay. Yes. So it's my Lickitung against his Medi. I remember losing lead here. If this was a Psychic Medi, this is a matchup that you win in the zeros. If it's a Dynamic Punch Medi, which it is, it's when you lose badly in all shield scenarios. So I know that this is a lost lead. So there it is. There's the back line is Charge Bug, Carbink, and I'm not surprised by that. I think that's the right combo to bring here, knowing that he probably has a Frostlass, right? Because Frostlass just dominated game 1. It looks like he's running Medi, Lantern, and Frostlass. So I've got 2 plus answers for Frostlass, right? I got Lickitung, which do well against Frostlass, and I got Carbink, which is dominate Frostlass, and then it's just Charge Bug will do neutral. And then the Lantern's gonna be a little tricky against my Carbink. But overall, again, I like 2 of these 3 Pokemon against my team. The one I do not like against my team right now is this alignment, is their Medi against mine. So what I have to do is, I don't want to take the damage punch, so I'm gonna probably chip here. I'm gonna chip here, and now I think I try and catch. Because I think I was gonna try and catch a Dynamic Punch on the Carbink. No, I'm going straight Charge Bug. So, which is a little risky if they have a Gligar, but they don't. The problem is they are loaded with energy. And I think I'm shaking my head there because I think timing-wise that was, again, it's a 4 versus 2, so it's not much you can do, but with like a little delay, so I think I maybe misplayed that a bit. This is a Shadow Ball. So listening back to the commentators, it's like, I think in this game and in the game against 610, I was not shielding enough. I thought like if they only went like Avalanche, I could like maybe get like another move off. And I still probably will get another move off anyways. But the Shadow Ball now puts me in farm down range. So I will get to another move to take this out if I want. And he lets it go. So in the ending, not shielding doesn't hurt me too much. But what he's now going to do is be able to come in and counter probably one or two more. No, he comes in with the Lantern and gets a farm down. So now I need to make a decision. That decision has to be... I think I come Carbink. And he's shaking his head no. Because what I was worried about is, and I think maybe that's the right play. I think what I was worried about is well, I don't know if this is the right play looking back on it. Because he's going to be able to do super effective with these surfs. But I'm going to be able to get a bunch of energy on this and just kind of absorb a bunch. Knowing that he has 2 moves. He's got like at least 1, maybe 1.5 moves of Dynamic Punch banked on his thing. So I don't know if this is the right play. But I don't have a check. And what the commentators were saying is, and how I would adjust my team moving forward, I do not have a check for grass on my team. And so Swampert as a ground is going to cause me lots of problems, but so is just water in general. And you're seeing that on full display here. I do not have a check for this Lantern. And you're seeing just someone who knows how to count properly and everything. So I go full Moonblast, they shield, and now he's going to be able to farm up a bunch, come out with surfs, and he's got a move bank on things. So this is actually quite comfortable for him. Maybe I'll try and catch, but like at this point, no, I just try and go for CMP. He gets another shift off. I let it go because I'll live. I think this is where I know it's over because I know that the Medi has like multiple Dynamic Punch loaded. I'll live, I'll chip, and I'm immediately going to have to swap. But he also knows that this game is over because he has Medi on my Lickitung with multiple Pokemon left. So we both instant swap. I go for the multiple licks. There's no point of him baiting. Like his only lose condition is a bait, and he knows it because he's at 2 Dynamic Punches, and I know it too. So I'll shield. But this game is over anyway, so it does not matter. I'm probably not even... I do throw the move, but he knows. I know at this point. Like, I'm looking up. We both know he's going to get to the Dynamic Punch to take me out, and he's going to counter down my Carbink for the win because it resists move. So, I mean, I think it just got, like, outplayed in general there. In terms of team comp, in practice, I had a good overall team thing against him because I think Charjabug is right every single time because Charjabug had play. Just bring them up on the screen here because Charjabug had play overall against everything here except for the Gligar. So I knew that. So I knew if Charjabug plus... It was Charjabug plus 2 others every single time. I was a bit worried about the Superior against like having like a Medi. I couldn't really play like Medi Carbink because then I was just like drawing dead. Not drawing dead, but then I have to line there. But honestly, with this overall, I don't think I put out the right teams. The Frostlass is clearly... The Frostlass has... Outside of Carbink, the Frostlass has decent play against... No, it doesn't. I had Lickitung too. I probably should have brought I mean, I did bring Lickitung. The Lickitung just got absolutely destroyed by the Medi. So it was kind of a tough alignment there. Maybe I should have went ABA. Maybe I should have led Carbink or something. But that was... one. And then so once I lose that, you're in the... So it's a double elimination. So once I lost that, oh geez, sorry. I'm just letting it fast forward here. No, I'm not because it's paused. I'm just trying to see if they bring up like the side by side again, or they're just going to go right down to the lower version. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. Anyway, so It's a double elimination. So once you lose one, so I was in the winner's bracket because I won 4 straight. So that was the winner bracket. JJan moves to day 2. I still have a chance to move to day 2 if I win this matchup against 610 Heroes. 610 Hero is on my factions team. So I know him. I know his style. The problem is, as you're going to see here, I'm shaking my head already because his team kills mine. So what you can't see great yet is that he has, I'll read the team so in case you can't see it. He has a Swampert, which again has play against every single one of my team. Walls Carbink, Walls Chargebug, and I have no answer for it. So I said, if I'm going to play that, if I'm going to go against a Swampert, I need to bring Medi Lickitung. Unfortunately, he also has a Mandibuzz. So he has Mandibuzz, Frostlass, Swampert, Superior, Medi, and his own Carbink, which again, I have okay answers for Carbink in Gligar and Ace Sandslash, but they're not amazing. So Carbink's going to be an issue. So right already, I'm shaking my head because I'm like, I am generally out skilled by him to start with, but this team comp favors 610 substantially. Like, if you just looked at these team comps and said like even skill sets, who do you think is going to win? I think like 8 to 9 times out of 10 you're going to say 610 Hero because Swampert has free play. Frostlass has general no, Carbink would deal with it, but like their Carbink has free play, so there's a lot of freedom on his end here. So game 1, so I think let's see what I bring game 1. I think I'm worried about Swampert. I know I'm worried about Swampert, so I'm bringing Lickitung Medi plus a third. It's just what third do I bring game 1? It could be Chargebug because it's like the closest, or I think it's maybe A/2. But then I'm like double weak to Lick. So 610 likes to take his time. Locking in here. I wish I knew how to. I see when Home Slice does this, he fast forwards 30 seconds. I just forget how to fast forward 30 seconds. But he's gonna lock in here. I'm already locked in. So the first matchup I just get killed because what happens is I got my Medi on his. So he's got Swampert and Frostlass in the back, which is a super solid core, which beats me. And then he's got a Mandibuzz on my thing. The problem is because I brought in Medi and Lickitung, I like kind of have to stay in this because I do not have an amazing answer for this. This is probably my best answer, and I can't really safe swap Sandslash because if he brings in his Medi or his Swampert, I'm gonna get killed. So what I did was I chipped with. I kind of already screwed this game up. What I should have done is just stayed in with Medi and got like another Ice Punch off. But I came in here to do, because I thought like, I'll just take all these moves, I'm super tanky. But what's going to happen here is Licks are resisted, Body Slams are going to take like 3 to take it out. And he's just going to get so far, he's just going to destroy my Lickitung, get so far ahead. So this is a dumb play looking back on this. I should have, there's only really one play I think in that scenario, and I think it's just staying in with Medi and just trying to like get as many Ice Punches off as you can because it's a Snarl, right? So it's not bad on the fast move pressure. It's just the charge move pressure with Air Lace. You lose, but it's not a bad loss. And then I could have come in Ace Sandslash. And then I could have had this Lickitung go generally free in the back against Swampert thing. But I do not like this come in. This is already putting me at a huge disadvantage. I'm probably going to come in and just counter down at this point. So I get the counter down, which is fine. I still have a full health Medi, 2 shields. So now it's a Medi versus A/, but the problem is, as you're going to see alignment here, there's the Frostlass. This Frostlass is easily going to take me out. I'm going to have to Psychic here. And then I'll probably have to go immediate A/. But again, I just burned my 2 answers to Swampert. So I'm thinking I'm going to maybe try and catch. I try to catch because it's kind of like my only win condition there. There's your Swampert. I can live And so what I'm hoping my win condition is here, he let the Psychic go. So he's generally low. So I'm hoping what can happen is, I was actually hoping he like shielded this so that I can just like come in and counter and come out with like multiple moves. But he did not. I will get to another move here. We CMP. And so I'm like, okay, I have 2 shields. My only win condition potentially is Medi at this point with a bunch of energy. So I come in, counter. I'm going to have to come out with like multiple moves. Problem is I'm only at 1 Ice Punch, so I'm going to have to shield this. If I countered all the way down, it would have been a lot close. I probably would have won if I could have countered all the way down, but I couldn't. So I have to shield. I do take them out. Get this Ice Punch off. It is... Oh, they get the Avalanche off. So I call the bait, but by that time, they're already too low. So let me... Because I think the answer is like, why didn't I shield that? And I think I didn't shield that because I'm pretty sure that it's tough to find the exact... oh my god, it's really tough to find when you're... I'm just gonna fast. I didn't shield because I thought like maybe I could live this. Sorry, I just had to back up here. If anyone knows how to fast forward and take back 30 seconds, let me know. I thought Frostlass had a ton of, and it does. It has 1 and a bit already. And I'm like, okay, I think maybe the only win condition is if, because they're going to be at another move. So even if I shield, they're going to be able to take me. I can't counter down. So I really don't have a win condition there. So yeah, tough lead. So then I'm like, okay, I kind of still need Lickitung. And Medi for their Swampert. But now I see Frostlass is now in my mind because Frostlass beat me, killed my Gligar last matchup, and now it's doing well this matchup too. So I think I'm now going to probably maybe adjust a bit for... I'm probably going to adjust a bit for the Frostlass because it killed me last matchup and it just beat me there in this matchup, and it's going to beat my Medi, and I know I need to bring Medi to beat some of the stuff on his team, including a thing. So I end up bringing a Charger Bug. Charger Bug, I remember this. Charger Bug, Medi, Lickitung, I believe. And I lost it. I think he misplayed this completely, because what you're going to see here is my Charger Bug is on his Carbink. I say swap Medi, and he say swap his Medi, but he has a Superior in the back. So I instantly swapped to my Medi, and he safe swaps into his Medi. 2 things here. 1, I'm already a counter ahead. 2, I've got a Slayer with a 7 attack. So I'm going to win CMP here. So being a counter attack and winning CMP, I immediately know I need to win switch here. Because I still have my Medi Lickitung core. I now need to win switch here. So I get my first Psychic off on CMP. And even though I know I can win just moving forward, I was worried about like if they get a defense fall, it makes it easier for them. I'm willing to shield because now I know I'm going to flip switch. And I need to flip switch because my Charger Bug has absolutely zero play against his Medi. He knows I'm going to win CMP too, so he just throws an Ice Punch. But I know it's just an Ice Punch because I'm not even at my Psychic yet, so I know it's just an Ice Punch. He's just chipping. He knows he's just lost switch because I shielded. I'm not going to let him get to an Ice Punch, so I get this off. I mean, I would have won CMP, but I get this off to take him out. I just flip switch. So if the Carbink comes back in, I can just counter a bunch, which is neutral. So these are neutral counters, resisted rock throws. And I'm already a Psychic. So now my Medi is going to get a ton of chip here. And now I have my Charger Bug on his Superior. So I think it was a misclick because he knows I have a Charger Bug. And Superior has such a good matchup against Medi. So I feel like he misclicked. And I'm like, is the Swampert in the back? If the Swampert's in the back, I'm in a little bit of trouble. Um, but I still get a Psychic because he just went Rock Throw and it's resisted. So I get another move off, which is good chip here. And the Carbink is now going to be in super low. So I come back in with Lickitung just to lick down, knowing that, again, if it's a Swampert, I should be okay here. I let this go because, again, Lickitung super tanky. Carbink doesn't throw super hard. I'm trying to figure out if he has like a Swampert in the back and is a Superior. So as soon as I see the Superior, I'm like, okay, this game is over. In these matchups here, even though Frenzy is resisted, you still probably want to go Frenzy over Aerial Ace. I know Aerial Ace is neutral, but Frenzy is probably the better move overall. But now you're just seeing super effective X Scissors here. And I got this is why I brought Charge Bug. I brought Charge Bug for the grass. I brought it for Medi. I brought it for like Lantern with Spark. Like, it has so many good matchups. And I can just continue to take these resisted moves. And I got so much health left. And now I got a bunch of energy. Here comes the second X Scissor. They shield. He's got a bunch of energy. And again, two Frenzies probably take me out. But I don't think 3 Air Laces is the way. One more Frenzy probably takes me out. I thought it takes me out, but I live with 1 HP. So you saw me live with 1 HP on Medi on the Rock Throw, and I'm going to live with 1 HP on this Charge Bug. And he catches the X Scissor here. But by this point, he dumped his energy on this Carbink. So I'm just going to do super effective. That's fine. And I've got already like multiple moves loaded on I got 2 Body Slams now. So 2 Body Slams. He dumped his Frenzy. I could lick down. It's funny because I was like, I'll just lick down. I'm like, let's just throw the move. I have 2 Body Slams, and it's lick range. So flip switch there. Flipping switch is huge. Once I saw the Medi, I knew I had no other option but to flip switch. If he came Superior, I think I've just hard countered, right? Because then it would have been Charge Bug on his Carbink, Superior on my Medi, and then his Medi on my Lickitung. So it was just a completely hard counter line if he did that, but he accidentally came in. I think it was probably accident. Came in with that, and I knew as soon as I saw that I had to flip switch. So they just showed the replay, get chipped there. I live with 1 HP here, and now can just lick down and have multiple moves here. So it's 1-1. At this point, I know the Frostlass is coming. I know the Swampert's coming back. I'm surprised he did not bring Swampert because Swampert just destroys my team. So I thought he would probably go something similar to what he did in the first game. I thought it would be like a Mandibuzz, Swampert, Frostlass, something like that again. I think what happens is I lead my Lickitung, and he leads Medi. Oh, Superior. So I lead my Medi into a Superior. So it's a bad matchup. So I lead my Medi into his Superior because maybe he was worried about the Carbink coming in. But I am going basically Medi, Lickitung, Charge, or A/. I'm going back to line 1. And he is also going back to line 1, back end, Frostlass and Swampert. So it's going to be who... so Lickitung has played against everything here in the back line. And I know that. This is a very, 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 very bad lead for me. So he gets a Frenzy off, and I'm like, I end up shielding this thinking like, I know this is Frenzy. It's going to hurt a bunch. If I could get this Ice Punch off and then bait here, I catch. I end up catching because I figured I should try and draw something out, and then maybe Lickitung will roam free with whatever in the back. So I make a catch on my Sand Slash. Get that catch going. So I catch a resisted move, knowing that now this is out of the picture, right? It's super low on energy. It's just jumped in energy. Unfortunately, I now hit with a Swampert, and he could have CMP'd and take me. He could have CMP'd and took me out. I think he plays smart here because Swampert with energy is going to just go on a freaking wrecking machine on my team. And though he gets up to CMP just right before I get to the move, this is going to take me out. He knows he has a second one loaded. And maybe I should have waited. I should have done more knowing that the Swampert was coming back and that the Swampert's movesets were going to kill. Because now I'm down. So we're even shields because he did shield once. Thinking that this is probably going to be the hardest move I see, I'm going to shield. I do farm up a bit and just land the Psychic before he gets to a move here. He lets it go and this takes it out. So I'm like, you know what? Serperior's low. I have a shot. If it's this Frostlass in the back, I have a shot because I have Lickitung. So he comes in with the Frostlass. I immediately swap into my Licky. So now I'm doing super effective licks. It still only takes 2 Avalanche to take me out. I get to the move. I get to the Power Whip, and I just go straight Power Whip. I probably should have baited here. And I'll show you why right after this. So I just go straight Power Whip. He shields. And now he can farm up a bit and then forces me to throw quicker on my Medi. Had I gone Body Slam, right? Had I gone Body Slam, I could have now got to another Body Slam and again resisted, but resisted would have put this with between the licks and the Body Slam, would have put this, I would have forced him to either throw faster or put this lower that I could have Ice Punched this down before I got to a Shadow Ball. So I'm at an Ice Punch. He's in the deep red. And Ice Punch would have taken it out from this range. And the Serperior is dry. Unfortunately, he's left with like 1 HP on his Frostlass. He's out of move. And he will take me out. So had I baited Body Slam, I think between the second Body Slam and Lick, I could have probably flipped that. And then I maybe could have countered down the Serperior. So yeah. That was the matchup. That's what happened. So 2 things. I think the fact that I identified in my Saturday video that Swampert was going to be an issue, and I don't have like a check for it at all, and then I went 0-3 against Q, my faction's teammate, should have said you need to adjust your team before this event. That being said, so in game 1, 2, and 3, like match 1, 2, and 3, I basically had to go to the Lickitung Medi core because team 1, Swampert and Steelix, team 2, Steelix, team 3, Galarian Stunfisk. So Carbink and Charjabug, all 3 of them like walled. But on the other end, Seviper, who was on stream and known to be a very good battler, I beat handily because he had no answer to Carbink and Charjabug. He had no Swampert. He had no ground. I don't even know if he had a Gligar. Maybe he had a Gligar, but he didn't really have any checks for it. So I won that matchup because of that. That being said, I probably next time would have adjusted and not brought both because they kind of play a very similar role. Quite honestly, I know Carbink applies a lot of bench pressure, is very tanky. I think Charjabug, in terms of MVP, it was not even close. It was Medi, Lickitung, and Charjabug were top 3 by a mile. And then like Carbink, Gligar, and Sandslash are just like, I could kind of do without them, quite honestly. I think I could adjust team-wise. But yeah, if I was going to do this again, for sure I bring Medi, Lickitung, and Charjabug. Just those other 3 I would debate about. I would definitely have an answer for I would have an answer for Swampert. But if you're going to have an answer for Swampert or other grass like Lantern or other waters like Lantern, and you bring a grass, something like Frostlass, right, is then going to light up your Medi and your grass. So you need an answer to that. So I don't mind bringing in grass to deal with all the Swamperts and stuff like that to put that at bay. But you need at least 1 or 2 answers to ice, like Sandslash, Frostlass, if you're going to do that. But it was a good experience. Did way better than I expected to. Like I said, 4-0, and then the 2 losses there. So put me out in 9th. I got like a booster pack of cards, which are apparently not good. I was like, I don't know anything about these. Someone tell me about them. It's like, yeah, you can sell them for. I got like 9 booster packs. Like, yeah, this booster pack kind of sucks right now. So you Poke Daxis, like you pull it, hope you open it, try and get a Charizard, or they're just like sell for like $3-4 each. So it's like, eh. But yeah, so I'm happy with how I played overall. I think I played overall very well. Even in like this matchup, like recognizing game 2, I need to flip switch, and game 3, with a bad lead, catching that move. I think I played very well today. Like everyone who's been to this channel for a while knows I'm very, very, very streaky. And this was on my strong playing end of the streakiness. And then I went home. No, we actually went out and did that. And then the next morning I started 13-2 and hit Legend. So the Legend team this afternoon. Check that out if you're new. Or check it out no matter what. But if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. And that is it. So I appreciate you watching. It's fun. If you want to watch the vlog, you can check that out. I'll probably link that maybe in the end video here. But that's it. So thanks for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.